its wings past you. The scouting party's been gone for like a couple hours now. Sorry, it's not day. Sorry, it's now dusk as the sun's gone behind the ridge, the southern mountains. This like cold breeze is filling the air. It's quite crisp and quite nice. You've like take off your helmet and inhale deeply as this old mountain air fills your lungs, making you feel dwarvish once more. The men have started setting up campfires. You're still kind of keeping on the edge of the town. The ballista's now completely unfolded after Reiner's scare. You've got a majority of the soldiers with you. You've got Bob, Lenny, Carmine, Jam, Sausage, Simmy, Phil and Lil, and Chucky. And of course you've got Bleaty and Hestia. Hestia's kind of like flying through the air, like going small distances before like kind of awkwardly, clumsily crashing into the ground. She's kind of all legs at this point, like gangly, and still needs some meat on her.
I'll be tossing things for her to go fetch and bring back.
Yeah, and like she's kind of getting the hang of it. She does like a drive-by one, which is enough for Voltman to go like, and she goes, it's like throwing a sausage ring in her mouth and then like crashing again into the floor. Bleaty's sitting on completely on all four legs on a tiny stool in the corner of the camp, just balancing perfectly.
Is he listening? Well. He's like listening to the sound.
Yeah, the guards are like there's a giant metal bolt just pressed up against the ballista. There's obviously the ammo either side. There's some tents being erected. The captain, who is obviously Marshal Owen, looks at notes. Marshal Owen walks over. Let's stay away from the town. It's too risky. The buildings are half dilapidated. Whatever came through here was like a hurricane. Let's just build the tents, lads. Get some food on the go.
Sounds good from our part, though I will recommend if things kick off, you guys run. You showed you're not capable of dealing with this before. Let's just be realistic. As much as you've got a point to prove, you can't prove a point when you're dead.
Sir, may I bring something to your attention?
Of course.
When I was given this directive, it was given to us by Captain Lion in Lazarus. One of the captains who was, of course, or one of the interested parties in taking over Lazarus. Do you find it odd that he's suddenly bent the knee and given such an important mission so few men?
He wants you to lose as much as anything.
I believe he wants you to lose, sir, as well as us. I was always a thorn in his side, and whilst he's given me the cream of the crop and I was allowed to pick my own, for this kind of mission I requested at least 300. But to have 12 men? It's got my my suspicious raise, sir. Hope you don't mind me speaking frank, with out of earshot of the boys here.
Frank?
Yes! As Hestia goes by.
Stay back, gents. This, as much as it is your fight, this is no fight for you.
Ah.
Let us do our job. This is what we're here for.
We'll aid the ballista in reloading. It's a 3-man job. It is a 3-man. It's a hefty thing. Yeah. Reiner, what are you doing at this campsite?
Cooking, obviously.
Oh, he's just frying up. He's fucking making a feast. All the men are like, Phil and Lil, you see that they go into their bag and they pull out this like loaf of bread that they both made back in their bakery at home. And like Phil comes over and rips off a bit for you, Voltron. This has raisins in it. And then Lil comes over and this has oats. Now, which one do you prefer?
We tried putting them together.
They put them together and they're like, oh, this is some good bread. Reiner,
what do you
think? Because they toss over. This like mind breaking. This is gonna be the best bread in Midland.
So I slice it in half, and then I place it and just fry like the top to make it crispy like toast.
Oh damn!
And then give it back to them.
This is the content.
You know, Fat Bob would be proud of you.
This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. They're all like sharing a hearty laugh because like one of them drops one of the slices and Bleaty runs by and grabs it. And it's like running. He also grabs one of the ring of sausages and he's just like galloping and like the horses are all kind of neighing and Everyone's like, Carmine like falls off of his stool with a hearty laugh and pulls his spear out the ground, and he's just like, come back here, sheep. As like Hestia swoops down and takes half of the sausage ring, and I've awkwardly got an eyelash in my eye. But everything seems good. Like there's nothing to be alerted to. Everything's fine. Everything's great.
And
Everything's so good.
Yeah. Have you noticed how good it is?
So I guess we'll just put our feet up and get ready for sleep then.
Yeah,
well, we'll have someone on watch.
Did you?
Yeah. Someone will
Marshal
be.
Owen's going to take first watch. Suddenly there's this weird rumbling.
Oh man, those sausages.
And from the top of the hill, almost back to the mine, you see one of the soldiers running down. His cloak's billowing in the wind behind him. He's dropped his shield and his spear, and he's like waving his arms as he's running down towards the camp.
Is that the secret signal?
I'm guessing we get up and we go.
Marshal Owen like pulls out a spyglass. It's Grunt. I can't see what he's trying to mouth.
So I'm just gonna say, right, move out. Soldiers start
Hestia's
getting
like, "Ah!" and like starts flying away. Bleaty's like on his haunches as these massive like rocks just explode out of the mountain, like tumbling down this hill as they pick up speed, and this huge black serpent like almost blocks out the sun with its size, what's left of the sun. This massive beast like goes back onto it's coiled back onto its like haunches. All the guards like trip over, they kick out the fire, you know. Fat Bob's pan rolls across and under the cart as this massive beast like sprays this like green oozing venom. Grunt's running, and you just see him engulfed in it, and he just disappears.
Are you rolling dice there, or?
No.
Come on, let
he's-
Grant roll to
he's
dodge. He's a train. I picked him specifically.
Yeah, Grunt rolls half of it, and his right arm just evaporates, and he like starts rolling down the hill. His armor caught in the mud.
Good thing he's
like,
left-handed.
That's even worse.
I guess Voltrim's going to stand up and start barking orders, saying, "Man the ballista! Marshal, get your men back!" And then start like equipping
and
himself.
Marshall blows like a horn. Wait.
And maybe in quite Thor style, just start like
I'm
start
just gonna do
winding
like
the hammer up. And
I'm
we
gonna
want
do a
Ryder on the
bronze
ballista, don't
run
we?
to the ballista.
Yeah.
So Reiner's running across the ballista. This like snake just passes past Grunt and starts coiling down the mountain like towards you. These giant rocks crash into the buildings beside you, sending like cinders and fucking timber, and bricks into the air. Like the well just gets annihilated, spraying water everywhere. There's like pots and pans clanging out these houses. There's like snakes coming down the mountain at full speed as the men marshal in front of the ballistas. They're like giant tower shields locked with like a hoo-ha, and like spear tips forwards like a porcupine around the ballista.
Far is it away?
About 20 yards.
How
20
ready is the
yards.
ballista?
Hmm?
Is the ballista ready?
Yeah, well you're on it, so
Okay.
you've run to it. You've got on it.
Okay.
You've got Phil and Lil.
Either Max goes first or I go first.
Lil throws it. Phil grabs it and locks the bolt, and we'll go to you, Voltrum.
Okay, I'm gonna ult it. Ult the snake
Nice.
instantly.
So just this like this parting cloud comes over with this thunderstorm appearing as like Voltrum holds his arm up, and there's just like lightning bolt slams into the ground. Luckily you're nowhere near the guards because you're slightly back at the edge of camp, and just Voltrum's gone. The guards like look in awe as Marshall puts on his helmet. No time to look, boys, it's coming! And this lightning bolt just descends from the sky.
The aim is to kind of stop it in its tracks. Not quite Thor versus that flying thing, but like just to nosedive it into the
With
ground.
a massive explosion, you just hit the outside of it. This snake is moving so fast, and it's like ducking and weaving. Its speed is unpredictable. Your lightning bolt hits it, instead of being in front of it, you hit it in the side, and like this massive like explosion of dirt and sand in the air. It kind of rolls over, unexpected of the impact, you kind of send it barreling, so if it continued on its path, it missed the guards, and it like coils round towards you. This
If
is
it's
when you...
rolling down a hill, can I shoot?
No,
while
it's not rolling, it just rolls sideways and then immediately coiled back to turn to Voltrum.
Okay, and then essentially taking like the dodge action. I want to
Yep.
be ready to dodge anything that comes my way.
What's your dex?
I
think
wait
it's
to fire
5 now?
as soon as it like strikes on Voltrum.
Yeah, you can go on Overwatch.
5.
5, yeah. Yep, so I'll give you a little bonus because you prepared. It lunges forwards, and that's when you see it's actually... The front of it has 2 large black scaled arms. And like the white underside of its belly also reveals it's got a white, like half-human fleshy face stretched over its giant cobra face. And in its giant... One of its giant arms is this like massive, gigantic double-ended halberd, like this huge spear and axe thing. And it lunges towards you. You like bounce back and...
As
And
it's attacking.
Yeah, as it's attacking, the spear bounces off your ironwood shield as you like duck around. This bolt, you just see this like, as this like bolt flies through the air. Oh, that's one too many. My apologies. As this like bounces off the side of it, this steel like left flank just ricochets this bolt. And Voltrum, you're almost knocked to your feet as this giant bolt just skids right in front of you from the ricochet and impales into the floor next to you, like 6 feet deep. You've got one more action, Voltrum.
I can't think of anything now, so
Okay, so
I'll just maybe like try and uppercut into the fleshy white stuff. Not enlarging the hammer. Just keeping it as it is for now, just to armor rend.
Yep, you hit it in the fleshy white, and it's a less like meaty, metally ping, but you still bounce off of it, and you feel this like spasm of pain in your right arm.
Okay, even with the armor rending ability of the hammer.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, I would be Scribbles as well. Actually, that's a very good point. Thanks, Tom.
Oh, is he not back?
He didn't reply to me, so who knows.
He texted me not that long ago.
Don't dob him in.
Yeah, dob him in. Anyway, so yeah, your like arm ricochets back, and it like this giant coiling snake tail just flicks you with ease. It just hits you square in the chest. Your armor. Oh, your armor sparks, and like stuns it as it like this like electricity like shimmers down its scales. But you still go flying in the air, and you like go back up towards the mountain from where it came from, slamming into one of the huts there. The pot narrowly missing your head. Tink, off your shoulder.
Alright, good turn.
Chess, your webcam's not working for me, brother.
It is for me,
No,
but
it's working
for
us.
some reason, chess is a lot of the time doesn't work for me, and you just gotta leave. I just flick off onto like inventory and back, and then it seems to start working again.
Oh, yeah, it's not working for me either.
I think she just turned it off right then.
Yeah, it just dropped
Yeah,
off.
Oh, there we go. Ryan, your turn.
Okay. So.
By the way, it takes a full turn to load the ballista.
Can't that be Phil, Lil, and whoever's turn?
It's all 3.
Oh,
Phil,
okay.
Lil, and
And
it'll take
Ryan.
1 action off Max, and the entire actions off Phil and Lil. But you can only fire every other turn.
Okay.
There's hammering going on, Bobs. I think they're still repairing
Hammering?
the pipes. Yeah. I thought that was
No, because the
music.
water's still on.
Yeah. I can hear hammering. Creepy.
So, can I save actions for next turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna order. I feel so bad for doing this, but hey ho. Some of the spear guards with lighter armor.
They're all wearing heavy.
Okay. So I'm gonna order like one of the spear guards to run down the flank and start smashing his shield with his spear.
Yeah, sure. So Bob volunteers.
Don't make it Bob.
He jams the spear into the ground and pulls out this long sword and like drops his tower shield and pulls out his dagger, and he's running on the side going slamming his 2 weapons as he runs down the left flank. The like static sparks off the giant basilisk as it jams its spear into the ground and like lets out this like barreling like serpenty screech that like causes all your ears to shake slightly, and everyone loses 1 action point.
Okay. And then... Oh, okay, that would be my last action point. Okay, so I'm going to ask the last remaining guards to line up next to the trebuchet.
Not in front
Like,
of it, not in front of it.
just in front.
Yeah, they are. They're coiled round it, like a shield wall.
Okay.
You can have that action back. They're already doing that.
By the way, just real quick, Adam, we're getting some weird feedback from you.
For once, it's not me, fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to have stopped.
Why is this hammering?
Probably was headphone
Yeah, I
close
can
to.
hear it.
I'm just going to check if someone's
It's
not
like
breaking
it's
on
like
that.
tiny.
Maybe it's the dwarfs.
So I'm guessing the Vanguard team didn't do very well.
They're all dead, Max.
You know.
They're all dead.
Ooh, I caught a fly with my hand.
We found it.
You know...
Nice.
Wait. Don't... take off your headset for a sec.
Uh,
Yeah, okay.
Lance cheating. You can't team up against me.
So,
yes, we can.
Everyone leave.
you know
and
the
then just
plan
make your
last
own chat.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
Wave
that
your
again,
arms when
but I'm
you're
going to
ready
do
for me.
Wind Wall as well, so he won't be able to poison it, so he has to come in for a close attack, and when he comes in for the close attack...
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't win ball last time. I guess we forgot, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So, okay. So I'm going to
Okay.
Wind Wall, wait for him to come in close. As soon as he comes in
Yeah,
close,
like-
then I'm going to fire.
So I'm fucking miles away now, and I've got no way of getting close. So you're on your own.
Yeah, no, I completely assumed that I was. I just needed another
Cool.
turn to load it. Cool.
Right.
Right.
Let's go.
Right. Lauren, shout at him. please.
Why?
Sorry, you weren't all waving your arms.
Fucking hell.
Alright.
He's saying,
Alex,
"It's
can you
me."
put my water bottle?
It's me.
No, sorry.
It's me.
Smart ass motherfucker.
Right. Anyway, so Ryan, you had one more action. Because
I'm gonna save it.
you don't want to start loading the bolt.
But the bolt's already been loaded, isn't it?
No. So it requires all of Phil and Lil and one of your action points.
Oh right, yeah.
Load
Then I'll
it.
start loading the bolt. Yeah.
So you're all like, Phil leans over and he's like sawing at the rope that was keeping the bolts in, and he lifts it back. Phil helps him, and they like put it into the giant metal rope, and they start turning the gears, and it's going coiling back. You have to load up the final part of the bolt, where you pull this giant lever, and it like stretches it to its very peak and locks it in with these giant iron like handles, basically, to keep the bolt back. Why am I down in my chair? Yeah, significantly.
I thought you were just playing Scroat, like, really in character.
Okay. At the front of the cave, Dravik panting, almost out of breath, this heavy dwarf on your back. You can finally see the light. You're like, if you could sweat, you'd be sweating. Instead, your tongue's just going...
Who's there? Is Felix,
what-
Lob, or Grunt there?
You see Felix completely paralyzed, just staring out. Lob has got one leg and this massive bite mark that's almost caved his chest plate in like a fucking tin opener. And
What
his
about my
entrails,
snowmen?
they're just obliterated. And it's just his entrails are hanging out of his breastplate as he's like panting for dear life. He's leaning on this house that's been caved in slightly, as you see Voltrim's arms like sticking out of this house and his legs out one of the windows.
Wait, I can see Voltra in the distance.
Yeah. No, he's like next to you.
He
by
flew
pier.
all the way here?
Yeah.
Jesus. Alright,
Well, he
first
didn't
off,
jump like near enough.
I'm going to be pissed. Like, why did they not see the rope pull? I surely would have got to that rope before she got to
The
that
snake-
gate.
The snake got to the rope, remember? It was going down that tunnel. You tied it
Yeah,
to a
but
rope,
I
so the
followed,
snake
and that was like a
obliterated.
3-hour run. I clearly would have got to the rope first, at least pull it a bit.
No, the snake was ahead of you. The snake smashed through the rope, so all they felt was the rope go like super tight,
Okay.
and then just go lax as it just coiled over the rope.
Well, I guess
and then
that's
you got
on
to the
there.
rope, and we're tugging it, but it was under the snake's tummy, so you're like
Okay.
not lifting it.
Fine. All right. Okay. I accept the fate. All right. I'm gonna.
You ran past the graffiti that said "Ryan
How
smells."
close to how close to death is Lob?
Lob is basically dead. He's just like it's like all this blood. His innards are pouring out. Sorry, what's his name? Felix is alive, but just like stunned. You could see that he was like reaching for, like he had his hand over his head with his spear tip facing down, like he was about to lunge at it.
Oh, is it a waste to save Lob? I guess I better be a fucking hero. I'm gonna waste my.
Whoa! Think character-wise here.
I know, but this man is under my guard.
You can just eat him, because I know you want to.
I
Licks his lips and like,
Power.
I have the power to save a life. I'm gonna use the water prison healing on Lob.
his innards start like floating in the water, but it keeps him in stasis almost as he's like, oh, it's like the most dangerous part is his breastplate is caved in. It's like pushing his insides from where the puncture wounds.
Right. Well, that was a waste.
No, he's off. He's on death's door, but he's still alive.
I know, but that has a fucking massive cooldown just to keep Lord barely alive. All right, I'm gonna walk up to. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna pull Voltram's legs out.
Okay,
So he can
Voltram,
stay.
you guys can talk.
Unhand. Oh, it's you. Okay, keep going.
What? What happened?
I was going to ask you. I think we need to run.
I'm gonna go. You.
And then start.
No,
trotting
I'm
towards
gonna
the
grab
fucking
him.
snake.
I'm gonna go. I have something for you that might make this go slightly easier. And I'm gonna unequip my cloth-filled axe, and I'm gonna unravel it
Ooh.
and sort of hold it in front of him.
You can't touch it. Oh wait, do you hold?
No, I'm still holding the
Oh, you're like
cloth.
holding it, presenting it.
Yeah.
Deep within this cloth is this shining blue steeled one-handed axe. Like that, the haft of it is like this blackened iron you haven't ever seen, and this blade like sparks electricity and lightning in front of you.
I don't have time to explain, but I have a feeling this is gonna go better with you than me.
I'm going to do should we do a classic reach out moment with the hand to
Meanwhile,
grasp?
Nice cut. Nice cut. You so have watched a Netflix series.
yeah. So you slowly reach out and grab it.
Yep.
As you grab it, there's this like thunderous lightning. As like you're reaching it, your hand seals over it. Your Dravik starts sliding backwards from it and like just goes and is thrown back into the cave. The cloak billowing that he was holding it in. The axe is floating just below your palm as your fist wraps around it, and like all these sparks race up your arm, and like your white eye has this flashback of standing on this bridge that connected two giant mountain ridges above an ocean. There's huge clouds as you turned your back to your loved ones and drew these two axes out. And like in front of you, this cloak billowed, these locusts fly towards you, and you just go, and so all this lightning storm starts slapping into the bridge, killing this giant hand of swarm of locusts. In the locust, this scythe swings, and you just narrowly misses it and just shaves across all this lightning flicks, like static sparking over it. You now see the blade's not aimed for you, it's aimed for your children and your wife. And you throw one of the axes and it spirals just like parting air, time and space as this axe slams into the shadowy figure with this long cloak and scythe, until you realise that the shadow moved behind the woman and it takes her in the chest. And as she falls backwards, the bridge begins to collapse. And then you're back to the present.
Okay.
And you're...
That is so fucking cool. Can I have it so that essentially Voltram closes his regular eye and now only the white eye is open? He's gonna completely drop the shield and then have this new axe in one hand, his hammer in the other, and then gonna just start running at the nearest enemy as he can perceive.
Okay, so
that.
with this axe, you can jump basically simply. You can do mini ults, so you can lightning storm shorter distances. Kind of similar to Angel's dagger, but not as far and less dexterous.
It isn't my turn, so I'm gonna wait for doing anything like that. But fuck, that's so cool. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say thank you.
When you
That's
when you
more
jump,
traffic.
I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, I felt like Piccolo getting blasted away by Cell's power.
Yeah. Dravik, you got one more action.
I'm gonna get up and sort of see this glowing like Voltron figure who's running, and I'll be like, "Well, I'm not gonna be outdone by him. This kill is mine!" And then start like charging past Lob, who I'm sure was just like "Ah!" throughout all of that, and head towards the Basilisk.
As you're sprinting towards the Basilisk, Freya Lulan, you come to like you see like this downward slope basically. You don't know what's happened on the path you've gone, but there's this large car, and downwards there is a weak wall at the bottom of this hill.
Yeah, go down.
Yeah.
Then, I suppose with our silver spear.
So as you jump down into this car, you pull the brake and it's looking. It's like picking up
Fuck's sake.
speed, and you have to narrowly duck as like beams of wood go just above your head as you're like ducking and weaving, and you just slam into this rock wall, and all these rocks explode out. Cold winter air hits your face, and you're on snow as you're like sliding down this mountain, kind of like holding each other, like going
And the
down
spear.
faster and further. As like snow's parting and like spraying your face. You know, one of you gets a full face of snow.
Freya, stop us. With heat.
Buzz. With
With
heat?
heat.
You can see the mouth of the cave below you. You see Voltron and Dravik running across this field.
Are
And
we
you
what?
see-
Are we above or below?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got above.
So wait, are we
Cave-
going
cave
down?
madness. Yeah, you're going down the mountain on this cart, holding one
Fuck,
another.
I'm gonna grab one of my swords out, Ben, and try and
why don't we get the dagger and
slow-
like, oh no, we're gonna flip if we do that.
Yeah, we do. Let's all do all three.
Can I-
Like grab it and all our swords
Can
as well.
I do flamethrower in front of it and try and stop the speed of it by
Oh, that's
pushing
cool
back?
Yeah. It's quite a heavy metal cart, and you're going
Yeah, but like
90
full
degree angle.
force, like
And I'm also
Just
putting
even
I'm
just to
putting the
slow it
silver
down.
down and my sword.
to like slow it.
No eyebrows
So
for you
Freya
guys.
just puts both hands, and this massive like ball of blue flame, like it's burning you, Lulan, slightly because as you're going through it almost, as Freya's burning it forwards, the snow's melting and becoming like water, which starts to pool where Lob is, and like your cart is slowing steady as you jam this like giant spear tip into the ground. Rocks flick out and like pebbles are going all over you. Snow's flicking around, but the cart begins to slow, and it just slowly stops, and then just goes.
Oh fuck! It's what we were trying to
I'm
avoid.
moving. I'm dodging.
Yeah, can we jump out?
Yeah, you both jump out and like roll and duck as this metal cart just goes, it just crushes Lob to pieces. No, I'm joking. It just lands on the house where Vulture was. It just
Face.
shatters it. Lob's kind of like oh, because you've moved him slightly. And now you can see the front field. We'll start with Lulan.
Okay, who can I see the
Yeah, the snake's fighting the guardsman trying to protect the ballista.
No, I want to see the ballista. Is it still there?
Yeah, the guardsmen are like dashing around trying to fight it back, and one of the guardsmen's running around in the field just slamming his swords together, and the snake's like occasionally glancing at it.
Okay, I want to suggest me and Freya run towards it and load or at least put the silver near it.
Yeah.
I want that
Okay,
to
so
be
you
one of our
both-
actions.
Yeah, both just dashing.
Yeah.
Yep. And then,
You
okay.
elves clearly just outpace and run past Voltrum and Dravik, because Dravik's carrying Scrout still.
Oh, I put him down. I put him down near
Oh,
Lob.
I don't remember you saying that.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I did
so
it in my
Scrout's
brain.
just like, Voltrum, how's it going?
Fine, I
As
guess
Voltrum's
Sprout's
like-
with it.
Scrout still has his blunderbuss loaded as well, and he's on you like a gun turret. You're almost all at the point, but the girls make it there first, being elves.
Okay. I don't know if we want to load it yet or not.
May I ask, what is the weather like? Is it sunny? Is it nighttime?
It's nighttime.
Nighttime.
I thought
Like
Voltron
sunset.
was like he was enjoying the sun.
You actually
No,
left the room, Max?
I meant enjoying the evening sun. Like it's is that Max's dad?
Yeah.
Could it still potentially be weak due to that brief bit of sun?
There is like it's.
Oh, it's
basically
raining.
dust. Oh, yeah, hello.
Ah.
Oh,
Wholesome.
very sweet. I always thought you lived in the attic, Max, judging by the door sizes in your room.
I think he does.
Yeah, and the slope of the.
You gotta remember Max is very small
Oh, true.
as well. So
He's actually just in like
He's in the living room.
shed.
Yeah, he's at the bottom of the stairs.
He's
In a
under
hobbit hole.
That's how small he is. He's actually under the stairs. That
Harry
slope
Potter was
the first-
based on him.
that slope is the first step.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Battle's going well.
No, I
So,
pretty
yeah.
much heard all of that. Thanks, guys.
Scatter and run. Yeah, so as you're running, Lulu and Freya, you make it to the snake's about like 10, 20 feet ahead of you now. It's not interesting you right now. It's trying to kill the guards.
Okay, are we on me? Yeah.
Yep.
Can I use... Can I use Blood Tsunami to push him
Like
away?
music, though.
There's no blood there.
Well, I swear Grunt has been bleeding quite a lot
Oh,
from
you
his...
ran past him.
Yeah, but blood
And
on a
he-
whole battlefield. You never said where the blood's coming from.
Part, isn't it?
So you're on a separate part of the battlefield. Also, there was no blood in him. His arm was like seared off.
Oh, wow.
Sid?
Yeah.
By the
by
acid. Oh.
Motherfucker. Okay.
Good for Grunt though, I guess.
Can I do a perception? No, it has eyes, right?
Yeah, it's got two.
All right, I want to
Why are they hammering it
use.
this time? Do you actually text Matt? Being like, was that you? Question mark? Or are you being robbed?
Is it?
It sounds like it's
Wait a
right next to
minute.
me, but that's not his plumbing. It's downstairs.
Oh, I hear that.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna
Hold
go get up and see if it is actually next door. Because yeah, if that's Lance, then that's kind of.
They had like a leak today, but that'll be downstairs.
Yeah, but I know.
next
But
to
at
me.
10 o'clock at night though.
But also next to me in the office was a leak upstairs.
Give me a sec. Let me see.
Fudge is fast asleep. Most useless guard dog ever.
I would just like to use Blood Whip to try and scar its eyes.
It's back to you, by the way. It's back to you still. Remember? I said
What the fuck?
You could always
Is it
whip it
leaning up?
around.
Huh?
Is it leaning up like that?
Yeah, it's swinging its giant halberd, and like the guards are like catching it, and like the spears are just bouncing off of it.
Okay, then I want to chokehold it. Like, as in whip it around and then like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll try that. What's your wisdom?
Ooh, good question. 9.
What's your dex? We'll do a wisdom dex.
10.
Oh yeah, so you like run up its back and like in slow motion just like whip. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh man. He didn't come in the van today though, he was in his Porsche. Oh really? Really? What's wrong with get out of Porsche? I don't know. Is like our guard dog?
I just knock on them and just be like, excuse me, sorry, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll give him to 11. No, he's a nice guy.
Mm.
He's a nice guy. I just want to make sure it was him and that someone wasn't breaking into his house. Anyway, so you're like blood whip, like slow motion coils round the snake's neck, and you like grab it. You're pulling back, and it like you kind of stop it being able to swing, and it just like.
Can you also hear my back clicking? Like,
Yeah.
nice.
Its blade ricochets off Simi's shield, and Simi lunges forwards, and like you hear a as like the spear kind of Simi's spear tip digs into where like its underside is, and he pushes it, and like the creature lets out this wail, and then just plows this spear into Simi's shield, breaking his arm and knocking him back.
Can I shout to them? We've got a silver spear that's forged.
You got spear tip.
Spear tip, forged in a dwarven fire. That is probably going to be very good against it, considering they avoided every silver shaft there was in the mine. And then I'm just going to pull further back.
Yeah, that's your action, son. Freya, are you back?
That's not very helpful.
Yeah, I'm back.
Basically,
Sorry,
it
I
hates
was on
silver.
mute.
It hates silver
Freya,
and go
it's
for
your
the
turn.
sphere that we let against the catapult.
Can I do a perception check as well?
Yeah.
I'm restraining it.
Mine. Do you need my perception, or you got it? There's 7 if you want to know.
Yeah. So basically, what you can see is the snake has a spear jabbed into its underside. It's kind of got a dent on its underside.
Oh wait,
You
sorry.
see-
Give me a sec. My music's really loud. There you go. Sorry.
You see Luland's on top of it, trying to hold back its head as she's straining. Like all her muscles are tensed. The beast is only like just slightly slowed down, if anything. Simi's arm is broken. His spear is shattered, but the tip of it, or at least a half of it, is still a foot deep into the snake. As he's pulling himself back to the cart, the men kind of form up around him and they're jabbing their spears as well, blocking the beast's halberd as
Is it
it
actually
spins
piercing them though, or not?
around. One spear thrust has pierced it.
Was it what? Is it silver?
Oh, it's just a steel spear.
And what? Lulan is on.
I'm
Oh,
restraining
okay.
it with the blood whip.
Oh yeah,
On
Vulture,
its
right.
head.
Sorry, Adam. I forgot to say you took a wound then. Sorry, when you smashed into the house.
Just the one.
Just the one, yeah. 'Cause your armor
Okay.
just stunned him as well.
And then let me just get this right. It's got one basilisk eye and one human eye.
Stretched human basilisk, yeah. He looks a bit hybridy at the front. Other than the
You-
very front of him with the arms, he's quite snake. He's a snake.
So does one eye only give can petrify or?
It's hard. I can't say.
Oh, okay. Can I? So is he close enough for me to jump on as well?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
at his tail. It's going.
Okay, cool. Can I also run up his back towards his head as well, where Lulan is?
Yeah.
And then could I heat up my hair like a fireball really, but not
Yeah.
a fireball, just like really heat up, and then without looking, so I look like Freya looks up. I mean, how hectic is it? Like, is he swinging around and stuff?
So you're running along his spine. It's quite slippy. You don't lose any balance yet with your elven nature. Lulan's at the very top of him, like holding back his head.
Yeah.
So he's
Okay.
coiled up. So you're like running up this way.
Okay, yeah. So can I, as I run up, and then maybe slide under Lulan, or maybe jump over, depending how she
You
is.
probably have to jump over because she's.
Okay, jump over without looking. So I can close my eyes. Put this fireball into his eye.
Oh, okay. So you flip over his head basically. You kick off Lulan's face and chest, leaving like a muddy print on her face. As you jump over, your fireball scorched, and you just plunge it at the beast's face.
No, into his eye. I didn't say
Yeah.
face.
Well, I mean that's where usually the eyes are.
I know, but I know what you're like. You take it. You'd be like, oh no, it missed the eye by 2
So
centimeters.
because your eyes are shut,
Tom's smiling because he knows I'm right.
because your eyes are shut, you've got a hefty debuff there. This fireball hits it square in its head, but its head is large enough that it's able to kind of
course it
sense
is.
that you are coming with its tongue, and it ricochets off the fire. It takes a little bit of burn, and it's lets out a screech. And then with one of its human hands, as you're in the air, it reaches out, grabs your leg, and
come
just
on.
slams you into the floor.
Why am I always getting slammed into walls or thrown across the wall or something?
you take one
Can't I
wound
just
as you-
land nicely onto the floor for once?
you take one wound as you crash your back into the
For
ground.
fuck's sake.
You crash your
okay.
back hard enough that you bounce off the ground and land again.
Right. I'm becoming a bit of
it-
a pro bouncing off walls and stuff now.
It goes
anyway,
to
so-
jam its spear tip into you, like Luna leaning back as hard as she can, and she buys you enough time that 2 of the guard's shields just catch it for you, and one guard starts dragging you away. It's another guard throws a spear that just ricochets off the snake.
Good lads.
Marshall's just shouting orders at all of them. 2 spearmen jump into the... who is it? It's going to be Sausage and Jam, jabbing their spears into its back, desperately trying to kill the snake from behind, where you guys came from. Lulan, did you throw the spear tip towards anyone? Oh, so you still got it.
I've loaded it in, but I've left it, and as I went to
Loaded it in where?
the catapult thing.
You were nowhere near the ballista.
Yes, I was. We ran up to it, and then
Yeah.
that's why I jumped.
Oh, I
That's
shouldn't have
why
allowed you
I-
to do any of that then. Because the snake is between you and the ballista.
No, but you said I was allowed to do that, and then you said it's backwards to us, so I was. That's why I jumped up and used the blood whip to restrain it.
Yeah, I understood that, but what I'm saying is it was looking at the ballista. And
No.
The guards came from behind.
No.
No.
It's loaded, and I ran up it, and you
It's
said yeah.
definitely not loaded. The bolt's already loaded. Max loaded one already. Okay, I'll say that you threw it before you jumped over its back, and
This is not pleased.
Lenny grabbed it. So Lenny grabbed it and started taking the spear tip to the cart.
The cart.
The ballista, yeah, the ballista's on the cart.
Oh. I thought you meant like a random cart, and I was like,
No. Okay, so Freya, you have one more action, although you're being like dragged backwards, Call of Duty style.
What do you mean? I thought I like fell on the crashed on the floor.
Yeah, but the guards are dragging you out of harm's way, but you still got another action.
Oh, I see. Okay, can I just? Oh,
That's not
what's
horrible.
okay? Can I do another perception check to see what's around me now?
Yeah, so Simmy's also crawling next to you, his arm badly broken. Behind you, only a couple feet away from you, is Phil and Lil
Dad.
and Reiner, who are in the car.
He's not, but ideally,
Chucky and
if he could stay out
Carmine
just for a moment,
are
'cause otherwise
desperately
he'll
trying to
claw at my
defend you
door
with the
and try to
shields,
come in.
whilst Lenny's thrown a bag onto the cart.
Is that alright?
Bob is running on the far left of the field, clanging his swords
Alright,
together.
thank you. Just otherwise
Marshall Owen
he gets
is
annoyed when I don't pay
at
him
the side
attention.
with sausage and jam, and Chucky's dragging you. If I didn't say Chucky.
Huh?
Right.
Thank you, Dad.
Okay.
I'm just going to jump
trying
back
to
into the game, so I'll just
Of
be.
what to do? Because
I hope you
obviously,
have a lovely
like,
night, and thank you
Is
for
Tom
helping me
talking
tomorrow.
to his coats hung up on
Yep.
the door?
yes,
That's a bit creepy.
Alrighty, love you.
it does definitely look like it, doesn't it?
Who's there?
Okay, I'm just trying to think of what to do.
Oh, sorry.
Because obviously my little trick didn't work. Is the fire actually affecting it at all?
So the fire's like still burning across its armored scales, and you kind of feel like the human fleshy bit. So you're doing perception then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the human fleshy bit's kind of withering away to show more snake.
Okay.
It
So what
definitely
is
pisses
it
it
like?
off.
It's like the human is kind of like a first layer.
Yeah, almost. Like it's been stretched across it.
Well, like throughout the whole body, or just?
No, just the arms and the upper bit.
Okay, you might have to draw this out because this is a very weird snake. But okay.
Huh?
Okay. How long can I draw on
No,
this?
all I know is
something
what you
like I
told
can
me.
draw it. I'll draw a picture. Hold on.
No, it's not on D&D tonight. Thanks,
I'm having
Dad.
a
Love
proper
you.
Conversation with his t-shirts.
That was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start again.
Because I'm thinking kind of like Envy from Fullmetal Alchemist, sort of. But not.
Okay, hold on.
You know, with the weird.
Kind of yes, but no.
But way bigger.
Bob. I'm gonna get banned from Twitch for that.
Yeah, Jesus, Dad, put it away.
Line?
You're muted.
That is.
I saw a full moon.
So that's the human eye
You're welcome.
stretched across its snake face, and the human skin's like on one side while its snake eye's there. There's its big snake mouth, there's its arms, and its body coils back like that.
Alex, you've made me feel so much better about myself.
I'm not very good at drawing. That's why I went into video work and not graphic design.
Okay. Yeah. That's why I'm in that field. Okay. Is that my action point done? Because I did perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm gonna do the piggies.
Okay, so I'm gonna play Scribbles out here. Moni starts like controlling to run Moni forwards.
Go back.
Timmy's gonna cast like a shield in front of Scribbles as Scribbles slams his palm into the floor, and like these skeletal hands reach up all around the snake trying to grab it and slow it down and keep it in one place, similar to what Lulin's doing. Okay, who went first, Voltrum or Reiner? I can't remember.
I was on Overwatch, so I think it's.
No, you weren't on Overwatch. That was
think I went.
You
I think I
allowed
went
me to
first.
do Overwatch, so.
Yeah, you used it to shoot, and it bounced off
Okay.
him, and then you were reloading. It'll be
Yeah.
Vultrum.
Okay. I feel like again we just need to kind of get in front of this thing. So we've got this
actually-
kind of.
Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna quickly message you, Adam.
Is it worth making an initiative now we're all together or not?
There is one, isn't
Or are
there?
we just sort of going off of a kind
Going
of
off
one?
turn order.
Aw. That is cute.
Yeah, Alex, if we basically say that I'll kind of dictate what I'd like to do, and you'll then
Sure.
fit it in with what
Yeah.
happens. So again, just like kind of like the helmet's on, all you can see is the white glowing eye. And then I think you kind of said he can almost like dash very quickly too.
Yeah.
In as many dashes as needed. Vulture would like to like two-handed intercept whatever the next blow from this creature will be. So if it's like gonna hit one of the red jackets, he's gonna just like intercept that, and then try and disarm using like the two weapons locked together. Try and like hook the halberd out of the thing's hand or the glaive, whatever it is.
So you kind of go ethereal as you like toss like this axe into the air and then grab it and like start hopping like this cloud of this like lightning bolt kind of slinkying around the battlefield. Lulan, you just see this like lightning slinky past you, and Vultrum reappears as he like lands on is it Sausage and no it's Lenny and Carmine's shields, standing on their shields, and he locks the halberd in place, like catching it as this beast had swung to decapitate them both. Lulan pulls back further, trying to hold it as best she can. Marshall Owen runs and just like slices across the back of the serpent's arm, his sword shattering as he does so, and he quickly draws a dagger and like tosses it at the thing's face, just bounces off. You're still locked on with it. What do you want to do from here?
I don't have a charge of the armor, do I?
No. Like skeletal arms are still grabbing at it.
So we'll try with the left hand, which will be the hammer, smashing the weapon up, and then going to try and hack the hand off, the arm off with the this new blade that we've got.
So the blade teeters out and becomes steel again, and it just bounces off. You feel this like pressure in your arm. The hammer, while swinging, goes to catch the halberd up. The creature like tosses it into the air and grabs the tip of the hammer with one hand as he grabs the halberd back with his other. And then you just see this giant eye flicker open, and you feel this like, whoop, and you feel like every inch of your bone and body just seize, and you slowly fall backwards over the shields and plonk with your feet in the air like a statue.
Just
Okay.
Not only that, but Lenny and Carmine, who were fighting underneath you, just go and fall beside you as well.
That's not good.
It's good.
Screened.
End. Ryan, your turn.
Okay. So, from my perspective, shit's just gone down. The girls have just come down. They've just chucked a head of a ballista.
Head of a spear.
Head of a spear. Does this spear look like it can be put on one of the ballista bolts by any chance?
With some crafting.
Okay. Could it be put on one of my arrows by any chance? On my large arrows?
No, absolutely not. It's way too heavy.
They'd have to be put on a ballista. Okay.
Mum,
In that case,
Laura texts me to let you know that she's at the flat.
you've got to work with me here, but I have
Yeah.
got images of a ballista up.
Okay.
Okay.
And technically,
Do you have your phone?
if you would cut off the end of a ballista, you could just place the spear bolt on the top.
I mean,
And you
I
wouldn't have to,
I would argue that you need something to bind with it, otherwise it'll just go and fall off. But
But binding metal to wood is going to be very hard.
yeah, especially because all of the ballista bolts I described were completely metal.
Oh, they were completely metal. Okay.
It's like we need fire.
Yeah, it's kind of like we need fire. Who I don't know if she's there or not.
Yeah, Lauren,
Yeah.
your camera's not on.
Oh, I am here.
So, I would like to talk to Lauren.
Yeah, she's
it's-
currently she's been dragged and like she's standing up as
I mean, I'm there. I'm not like, being attacked
so,
or anything.
wait, who's Chucky? Chucky's just picked her up and out of harm's way.
You gotta,
so
gotta
can
RP
I
it. Go
open
yell
up
at
a
her or
little bit
something.
of the ballista, like so right up the side, chop off the head of the ballista bolt. Do I need to do a strength roll for that?
Yeah, we definitely would do strength roll for that.
Even if
What's the
I
strength?
might use, I think it's 8. Give me a sec though.
As you swing your short sword down, you just ricochet off of it. Feel a little looky at you, like, what the hell are you doing? The creature's in front of us! Fire! Fire! As like these skeletal arms, and you just see like scribbles like trying to control these arms, and they're just shattering. You see Lulan's blood whip wearing thin as she holds this beast still. It's desperately swinging to kill the paralyzed Lenny and Carmine, just bouncing off their frozen shields.
Right, okay, right, then I'm gonna run back, smash the lever,
Yep.
so obviously fire it.
Hold on. Bloody eyelash.
But then I'm gonna shout to Freya. Freya, I need you to seal that head onto a bloody ballista bolt. You're the only one that
This
can do
this huge bolt, another as it flies the 10 feet in front of it, and just goes straight into the snake's shoulder, piercing it as ink and like blood sprays everywhere. This blood starts like burning the floor and ground around it, and just like the poor Lenny who's caught underneath, like it just starts searing through his shield and dripping slowly into his chest piece.
it. Right.
Okay, what do you need me to do?
Oh, I need you to put the ballista head onto a ballista.
The
What, like-
silver head, the silver head onto the
Solder
ballista.
it onto a ballista.
Oh, okay.
Feel a little start going to
Like
reload.
metal it off, like
Yeah,
burn it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can I
I
do
still
that?
have one
Solder it.
action, do I?
Yeah, you still want action.
Okay, can I use that action for
If you're-
Overwatch?
Yeah, so you won't be able to reload if you use Overwatch. Because you use one action to mist, you use one action to fire, and you need one action to help fill a little reload.
That's true. Well, yeah, but I need to fire them. Well, I can't reload yet anyway because I haven't got the bolt.
You've still got 7 more normal bolts.
I mean, the silver one is literally next to the ballista.
If it
What?
needs to be.
Quick, Max, you got to decide your action. Quick.
Um,
Don't stop the flow.
fuck, hate you.
You slow, you're dead.
Well, I fucking reload
Bleeding
the
aside.
ballista then.
So Ryan turns around, starts having a little, like, start coiling it back. The serpent, now hit by this ballista, uses its new spare arm to wrench it out, and like blood just sprays further. Just missing bolt trim, and now going over both Lenny and Carmine's shields as it drifts through. The snake starts like going back onto its stomach and serpentining, going around the cart. Like you're
You
all
mean the
knocked.
ass?
Yeah, you're all like knocked slightly as the ballista cart rocks sideways. You see both Owen and what was it, Jam and Sausage throw their spears and like they just bounce off the back of it. The snake's now going around. It just smashes through the town and it's circling. It about like 40 feet away, just circling rapidly, like almost picking up pace. Lulan, as you're on the back of it, as it starts going down, when it goes through the first house, you're just knocked off of it. And like you roll off the house, you just narrowly duck and roll as the tail just wipes out the rest of the building, sending the second story collapsing next to you.
So what's in front of me?
The snake separates. You're slightly out of the snake circle now, and you can just about see the cart in the middle, but the snake's going round. So you can either run for the cart or stay in town. Up to you.
I kind of want to go for, because I know when it branches up to attack, that's when it's at its weakest. So I kind of want to go for there. So, is it circling? Just going round and round and round like a python.
Yeah.
So it's not S-ing an attack. If it's okay, then I'm gonna go for the. Has there been enough blood yet?
Every turn, is there enough now?
No one's really bleeding heavily, other than Lob, who's up in the mountain.
Ugh. Okay.
And
I guess I'll go save people. I will go for. I'll go for the ballista.
So as you're running towards the blister. You can see the snake coming, but you're well out of its range. As long as it doesn't start chasing you, which it does. So once it turns around, it sees you on your own, and like it just coils around, like almost wrapping in on itself, and burrows underground.
Okay, then I'm.
As you're pacing it across this field, the ground's like kind of shaking around you.
So it's coming towards me. Okay, fuck it, I'll use my ult.
Oh, so like 4 blood clones just out of yourself. That's pretty clever.
So
there's now 4 Lulans.
And because you said you were going towards me, but I don't. You are you or not? Is the fucking basilisk going towards me?
I don't know. It's underground. How am I supposed to tell? I'm not a big snake man. No sneaky snake.
All right, fuck it. We're gonna double back.
Well, back to town.
Yeah, like if it's obviously going towards, we're going that, and we're like literally like one step and then double back.
Hestia's like coring above you, by the way. Like...
I don't know what that means. Fuck.
As you start running to town, this giant snake mouth explodes out of the ground. Luckily, it went through one of your clones, and it just splits the clone in 2, as blood sprays either side, just like dripping down it. It takes air for a while, like a killer whale.
I'm gonna use while it's doing that blood arrow.
Okay, so you
all 3 of us. Well, there's 4.
Around.
There's 4 blood clones, and then me, so 4 of us.
So you turn around, and out of these like arrows form, and they're 2. Wait, actually, hold on.
There's 4, and they do 3 damage. No, 2 damage. CD3 though. Brilliant.
Didn't one of them just die?
Yeah, there were 4.
Okay, cool.
And
so
then me.
2 just like splat on its back. 1 catches it exactly where Simi pierced it, and you see like his spear tip fall out, and black ink blood now sprays across, narrowly missing you. The other one just whizzes past.
Fucking
and
useless.
It slams into the floor, like you kind of are thrown from your feet and like roll backwards. All your clones go down on one knee as it like coils up again. Bob's running towards it, slamming his swords together. We'll cut to who was it? Freya next?
It's me next.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do that thing for Ryder then?
Yep, so you start melting one
Yeah.
of the ballista heads, fill a little past it to you, and you just go
Yeah.
and start burning it.
It'll be
and,
the
like,
one that's on the ballista.
Yeah. The
It
loaded
was
one.
loaded. It was loaded.
Yeah, the
last
loaded
round.
one.
Well,
Oh my
technically the normal
God,
one is
Alec.
loaded, and then you got to load the silver
So
one on.
Freya climbs onto the ballista cart. The ballista is loaded, the bolt's ready and prepared, and Freya just starts burning under the command at the ballista.
Yeah, the tip of the ballista.
Yeah, that's fine.
The spearhead.
The fire and heat.
Everywhere away from.
It's. I mean, I've described this ballista to you again if you want. This
Yeah,
huge
so
thing
like the
unfolds.
ballista is like that.
So when
right?
when it's yes,
the
but it's
spearhead
not.
is going to be over nothing.
Okay, it's not a ballista as in like.
Like a big arrow.
I described it earlier. I'll describe it again.
Right, where is it?
Just don't like how Tom's smirking, like he knew this all along.
I'm not smirking. I'm
You
just.
so are.
I'm just
Right,
upset.
that
it's
is what a
going
ballista
bad.
looks like. You see the way the tip of the head is off the ballista.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say
If
that's
you-
not, I'd say that's a scorpion.
That's a ballista!
That's yeah.
Alex,
Yeah.
any way you look at it, the ballista, the head of it is nowhere near the mechanism.
How the
He's
fuck
just
do you spell ballista?
I had to ask Adam that.
B.
That's a Roman one. Which is, I was thinking, have you played The Witcher?
Yeah, I'm currently playing it right now.
Yeah, so The Witcher 2, when that's how you spell it.
Even
Every single one, the
Is
bolt
like that.
sticks out.
my arrowhead sticks out.
Yeah.
So if you put your hand on the end of it, melt the metal, the arrowhead's going to stick out the other end.
That's the
See?
one.
Yeah, but look at the tip of it.
Okay, so
The
now-
arrowhead.
Okay, yes. The argumented side of you guys is gonna kill you one day. I promise you. that.
No, because
So
they're
that-
right
the
and you're
tip-
wrong.
Okay,
I know I'm salty about it.
so the tip of the head is out, like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So you put your
whole
hand on the
thing-
tip of the head.
Spearhead.
The
The
whole
Melt
spearhead.
the spearhead.
Yeah.
Which you
Well,
said is the
Freya
only
was
part that's
using-
silver.
Freya is using a flamethrower.
She
which
never
is
said
her-
she was using flamethrower.
I never said
Okay,
that.
out of
I
your
never
selection
said
of powers,
that.
Freya, what are you going to use to melt the
No,
tip
but but I didn't say flamethrower. It doesn't have to. It could just be me heating up my hand
Yeah,
with
it's
a
not
bit of
hot
fire.
You need fire.
Yeah, I am. That's what I
Where's
mean.
the
Using fire
from?
at my hand. Do you know, like, I use it to, like, light up a lantern and stuff, so how come now I have to use one of my
Right, okay.
abilities?
Freya
Nice.
is burning the tip of the spear.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Voltron, you're muted.
Yeah, you are muted.
It was a terrible joke. No one wanted to hear that anyway.
Freya is burning the tip of the spear. Which
Okay.
it's gonna take all your action points to do this turn.
Okay.
Okay, Dravik.
Hello. Right. So,
What do you want to do, Dravik?
has that thing just done the whale thing? Did it go
Yeah.
and it got struck in the air?
Yes.
And
You
then what
can't see
happened
that
to
from where
it?
you are?
Can't I? Hasn't it just gone
it-
down into like the town range?
Yeah, but that's quite away from you. So it slams into the floor, and like you see all of in the distance. Remember what Chess shot was like a small blood arrow,
Yeah.
and she was on the other side of it.
But I
so
can't
the
see
snake
the
between you.
basilisk at all, even though it's jumped
No, you
into
can't
the
see. No, you see the basilisk. You just don't see that it took an arrow to the knee.
Okay, I was just wondering what happens to it.
You see it slam into the floor, and it like coils up, and it looks like it's going to strike either Bob, who's running around it with two swords playing, or it's going to strike one of Lulin's clones.
Alright, I'm gonna, is Timmy nearby?
No, they're still near the ballista.
Aren't I near them? Because I ran with,
Oh yeah, sorry, you are. Yeah, I thought you were run to the snake. Oh yeah,
No.
Timmy's there.
I'm gonna run to Timmy and go, boy!
Master Dravik.
Heal these.
Like a...
Figure out what is wrong with these petrified people. Wake them up, and when you're done, there's a dying man up there. Deal with him.
Yeah, certainly. He's like falling for a book. His shield goes down. Scribbles steps up and is like casting this like magic ability, and he like puts his finger on a book page, and then starts smoking this herb. And he's like,
his anti-venom.
And then looks down again, and they're talking amongst themselves.
Over Voltram and the two others,
yes.
Lenny and Carmine.
Yeah.
Is Lenny burning?
I'm glad you remembered that, because you can just hear this.
Can I rip off that breastplate and throw it to the side?
Yeah.
With a strength check, I guess.
Because you remembered, you managed to save him in time before it went through his chainmail, his levers, and into his ribs.
Nice. Don't worry, I've got my list of NPCs and what's happening to each of them, just to make
We'll
sure
keep
that
his
they're...
red shirts alive. Owen runs past you. What's the plan?
Oh, I don't even know we had an Owen.
Marshall.
Oh, Marshall Owen. I keep forgetting that fucking guy, Marshall Owen. Right.
Bob, Marshall Owen, and Chucky are beside you now, swords drawn as their spears have been thrown.
Okay. This is my plan. When it comes back, I'm going to tentacle arm its mouth, and I'm going to attempt to open it up and point it, and you have to fire into its fucking mouth before it can shoot acid. That is my plan.
You heard the lad.
So that's my
plan.
plan.
Like, nods, and they pass the plan on to Ryder.
Those lot down there look like they're in trouble. I'm gonna talk to Freya. How close to that is it to being completed? Whatever you're doing.
Alex.
Next turn it'll be melted.
Next turn.
Okay.
So soon. It'll be done soon. As like literally heat is like I'm sweating.
Okay, I'm going to try and get its attention then, because those lot down there can't do anything to it right now. Does it look like it's within... Well, actually, this might save those guys. Okay. No, but I can't do that because that'll ruin... Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking for my skills real quick. I actually can't do that. Thank God I didn't do that, because they're... Is Mist and Tentacle, because we never fixed the card, are they still kind of connected, or are they separate abilities?
I'll allow you to have both. I allowed you to have both.
Okay. Cool. And I assume because it's been fucking ages since I used these things way back with that chaos, everything's back apart from the healing orb.
Yeah.
Alright. I am going to create a mist around Lulan and Bob so that it doesn't have a direct...
You just see Javik go... As this like, mist appears around Bob, the serpent, and Lulan and their clones.
That way it can't just know exactly where they are, because it did a pretty good job at picking off individuals earlier. And then...
Luckily, it's a magically infused mist, so every time it goes like... It just tastes magic in the air, and it can't sense.
Sweet. Even better. Which I knew, of course, because I've faced many monsters before. And then... Does it look like it's definitely out of water stream range?
Yes, just though.
Is there any chance I can save this final action point and add it to my 3 from the next turn, or does that not work?
Yeah, you can save actions.
I'll save that last one then.
Cool. You can also skip goes and pick your go before your next one if you really wanted, but...
I don't think there's anything else I can do at this range.
Okay, Voltrim. Wait, have we got...
He's stuck. He's petrified.
Oh yeah, he's petrified. No,
We sort of the turn order's all fucked. I don't know what's going on with it.
It's basically fine.
Okay.
Okay, so Reiner.
Well, obviously I can't really do much at the moment.
You know what? I'll take Scribbles' go actually. So
okay.
Scribbles finds the page for Timmy, and he's like, I can't do Charlie's voice, so he tells Timmy to relax and let the magic flow through him. As Scribbles strides in front of you all, and then just slams his palm into the ground, and this giant undead dog pulls itself from the ground and just starts like bounding over into the fog.
Oh great.
Scribbles then like pulls this like ethereal chain through his own stomach, and then like latches it to the dog, which then you see the chain latch again into the like spiral into the fog and attaching to something.
Weird.
as the
Dravik's
dog
going to be
disappears.
very, very surprised because he's never seen this ever.
I'm gonna pot to Lou quick before we get to Ryan's turn, just so we can have a fresh start.
Alright, he's gone. It's planning time.
Mm.
So, I don't know how you feel about it, but I was going to do the tentacle arm to open its mouth and then you shoot the bolt through, like try and get through the brain.
Yeah, I was gonna.
So the
Cause
plan was
there's
to, as soon as the bolt's ready, I'm gonna antagonize it by probably sticking my finger up at it.
Wink at
That
it.
always goes really. Oh, wink at it. That was it. So I'm gonna antagonize it. Do wind wall so it can't use acid. And then it'll have to come into melee or petrify. But normally it has to be quite close for petrify. Am I right?
Not just that, but you guys have a shield with a mirror on it, or at least some of you have like a handheld
Yeah,
mirror.
well, I can lend
I gave you
mirror
all a
as
mirror.
well.
And don't forget, you all have a bomb. Also, I have bombs.
Well, the
Forget
plan
about that.
is to
But I got bombs.
get it to attack the ballista, and then when it's like mouth open, about to eat the ballista, I fire the ballista. If it petrifies me, I've got a plan in place where if I get petrified, I then fall back. Or if I get turned to stone, I fall back, which then again fires the ballista. So Alex can't get out of that because that's already planned. So in that sense, it's
Have you told Phil and Lil to if you get... Because they could just do the blister for you or push you in
Well,
case
no,
you
because
turn...
if it petrifies it, we all
But you
turn
might
to
just
stone.
stay to stone and stay standing. So if
Well,
you
yeah,
if
that's
that does happen...
why I'm on the edge like this. So if
Okay.
I do turn to stone, then you gotta go.
Alright.
Yeah, see? I thought about this, Tom.
I know, I'm just trying to think of Alex contingencies or Phil and Lil
Yeah.
in case he stops
The
you.
only things my there's me and then 3 other blood clones now. The only ones we can't do is triple strike and the tsunami
Oh, he's coming back, guys.
and strike now. So I've got to do blood mode. So
Yeah.
bang.
Hey, Alex.
Okay. Ryan, your turn. Oh, I forgot to fill up my water.
So obviously, Freya's melting the bowl.
Yeah, so there's this horrible like dong dong as like the giant bolt falls off the end of it.
Okay. So I want to get everybody. Do I want to get everybody behind the ballista? Yeah, I want to get everybody behind the ballista. And then I want to stay on Overwatch to save my 2 turns, my 2 action points.
Well, I mean, getting us all to go behind doesn't really waste an action, right?
As
You
in,
haven't done anything.
not you guys, the spearmen and shieldmen and stuff.
Sure.
So I want to get them away from the front of the ballista, if anything.
Okay, so they drag the frozen Lenny and Carmine and the frozen Voltrim from the front of the ballista to the back of it.
Is Timmy going with them, yeah?
And then I want
he's
to
already
look
there.
down the aiming sight, but I want to be like literally just looking down the aiming sight.
You see only this massive cloud of fog, and you can hear like noises coming from it.
Does the
That's
mist
fine.
not...
That's where I'm looking down.
Is the snake not above the mist?
No, it summons around the creature, so it's usually its size.
Oh, okay.
I wanna-
Okay.
Whisper to the guys that I want them to antagonize the monster, but not yet. Oh my god,
They're all on swords now because their spears are either broken or been thrown.
that's fine.
So they start like clanging them together.
Not yet. I said, oh my
Oh.
cool.
Right. Lulan, your turn. Lulan,
You're muted.
This magically oh, am I?
Lulan is.
Oh, this magically infused fog
You
is.
said 1
Yeah.
second.
Oh, sorry. This
Yeah.
magically infused fog is like dampening your senses and sound. Like this, you know it's in here with you, but you can't tell where. Just as it can't tell where you are.
I swear I'm still on the back.
No, you got
Am I
knocked
not?
off, right?
Fuck.
That was like 2 turns ago. So you're next to your 3 clones stand up in unison with you.
But I'm in the.
Fog.
But I got hit into the place, didn't I?
You're in
No.
like the town.
Yeah,
you're
the town.
You're just in the town courtyard with it.
But I know. No, I don't.
Do you want me to repeat what you did last turn?
No, I know where I am last turn.
Oh.
But I was just seeing if Luna would remember where the fucking thingy is.
Well, it was dead ahead of you.
Basilisk.
Also dead ahead of you. Everything was roughly.
Right, I'm gonna go dead ahead of me then. From where I got hit off.
Okay, as you start running, you run into a
I'm on
giant
Overwatch.
undead. You run into a giant undead dog, and it like
I'm on
stops when
Overwatch.
it notices you and like goes, like sniffs you and then looks around.
Okay, we're all gonna roll away then. Like,
Roll away from the undead dog.
yeah.
Okay, as you roll away from it, it kind of just sits on its haunches and I goes. You see a giant chain from its chest deeper into the fog, and it like stands up, and it's like getting ready and preparing. Its tail like rigid and straight as its like teeth drop, and you see all this like bile scourging out of its mouth as it starts to do a low growl.
Okay, then I'm gonna stand next to it because doggy.
Yeah, you instantly realise it's Scribble's undead dog.
Oh. Can I use the 3 clones? Are going to use Blood Whip on towards the end of that chain.
It's outrage.
Can I use the end of where it can go towards that chain? Use the chain as a Blood Whip.
You're attached to the chain now.
Okay, but the Blood Whips, the clones are, and they're all gonna pull. And then me, can I run along the chain?
It's an ethereal chain, so magic can connect.
Again, can I run? Can I run
No,
along?
you fall through it.
Ah. Right, I'm gonna run under the chain then.
Okay, as they're pulling, the dog starts to understand what you're doing and starts pulling as well. And it's quite clear that the chain starts to like get tighter and then starts going lack as this like you begin to hear this crawling, and this giant beast is suddenly like an inch from your head. Your final Overwatch
Dodge.
allows you to dodge as you slide beside it, and it just smashes, and the dog like with its like massive arms grabs the snake, and they pushed out of the fog as it's holding it still, and like its back legs are digging into the floor to keep it. Your clones are all sent flying into the air, like just holding on for dear life as this ethereal chain is connected to them, and they're just smashed out of the fog. So for everyone else, all you can see is this beautiful, peaceful cloud, and then suddenly a dog trying to stop this giant snake as they're slowly digging. It pulls back feet into the ground, holding the mouth like still as its tongue is lashing around, and your 3 blood clones are now on its mouth basically. And that was your action soon. So Freya.
Okay, I'm not mute, am I? No. So what, have we done the ballista now, or am I still?
The first part's melted.
Yeah.
Am I still doing it? Is it done now?
The bit fell off.
She just needs to place the new bit on.
Yeah. Yeah, can I do that then? Is that going to take another turn?
I'll say it takes 2 actions, so you can have 1 action to do something.
What? So then, is it done now though?
Yeah, this janky kind of thrift shop looking spear tip has been attached to the metal.
Overwatch.
Oh, what, you're triggering yours?
No, I'm telling her to.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say, as well.
Okay, goes on Overwatch. Okay. Yeah, we'll do another 15 minutes, and then we'll call part 1 here. So Tom can get your shit sorted. Okay, so I'm going to cut into Timmy's turn here. So Timmy runs over and puts his hand either side of Voltram's temples and starts like doing this incantation, and you see almost like anyone who's looking, these like ethereal chains but smaller go into Voltram's mind. And Voltram, inside your mind, you're trapped in this prison, just seeing the repetition of this snake eye over and over again. Like, repeated. And, like, you feel these chains pull at the snake's eye and open it. And then you, like, have this looking up at the sky just suddenly fills your vision as you, like, inhale what feels like your first breath ever.
Stand up immediately. Get the helmet on, make sure it's not a bucket. And then see if anyone needs defending at this point, because I don't deal any damage to it. Probably head to the ballista and make sure that if it comes towards it, I'm in the way first.
Cool. Timmy's also going to bring back Lenny and Carmine.
I'm like, welcome back,
It's his
dwarf.
action. Just ignores
Can
you.
I
Son of a
come
bitch.
on? Can I say to the troops now and get them to like cause a racket to try and get the?
Yeah,
This
Lenny and
makes
Carmine
sense.
stand up and like confused, but they kind of join in.
I'll be like,
Everyone's clamming their stuff together. The
Behind the
snake's like
ballista.
pushing the snake's pushing the dog towards you guys anyway. As Lulan's clones are like balloon strings just holding on, just like in the wind. Vulture, it's your turn.
I'm happy to wait on Overwatch in case it comes, because
Oh wait, yeah, it's
my-
coming towards you.
Right, so basically I'll just hold the action then of when it gets near to... Sorry, decisions.
Who we lost?
Yeah, it would be decision to try and push anyone that it starts like throwing acid out of the way, and
Right, you
if
wanna go
needed to tank for the ballista. So if it spits acid at the ballista, to tank that.
Oh, what a trooper. Okay, so you
But,
stand
it's kind of just holding action, not honestly not doing anything.
Yeah, you stand ahead of it. Okay, so the serpent is like pushing the dog. It draws its giant halberd and just slices Buddy's head clean off. But the undead dog, it doesn't matter. And then you start to notice that Moni is on the dog's back, swinging his flail mace, groaning and like running along the back of the dog, and just bonks right into the serpent's mouth.
Yeah,
and
go on,
climbs and
Grony.
like kind of climbs in, and you just see his legs disappear.
Over an
dear.
Buddy's still just holding it, even though he's headless, and doing his best as he can to stop it. But the snake like coils up and lifts Buddy, and Scribble's holding onto the chain, is like withstanding so much to try and keep the beast to stand still as he throws Buddy into the air and just pierces it with this hole puncture like from either side, just spreading bile all over. And that's when you notice the chain snaps. Buddy disappetates, and suddenly the snake like starts throwing up black blood everywhere, like in a shower over itself. And Scribbles falls to one knee and goes unconscious.
Oh, that guy. Oh, he's sleeping.
Have I still got 6 action? Well, on my turn I'll have 6.
No, that's not
Wait,
what
what?
happens. You can call. So if you hold your turn, you can call
Alright,
it
okay.
in that range. So
Can I call it now?
fine, I'll allow that. Yeah.
Yep. Fire an arrow at the head.
Well, the normal arrow.
Yeah, just a
Oh.
normal arrow.
Okay.
At like the head of the, not the snake, but the creature on the snake.
Hmm.
And then guessing.
Yeah. What's your next action?
Well, I was gonna wait for the reaction of the snake.
So you fired just a regular arrow from your regular bow.
Yep.
It struck it missed the head, but it struck the humanoid chest attached to it and just bounced off of it.
Okay, and the snake's just gonna.
The snake's just finishes like vomiting up acid blood, and then coils down and just plunges its spear through Bob, who was running beside it, and he just stabs him through the impaling.
How can it see Bob? He's hidden in the mist.
Because he was running, following the chain.
He continued to do that.
Yeah, he followed his orders to the end.
Stop. My bad. Okay, does the snake have our attention?
Well, yeah. So it rips like Bob out of the ground and just like lets Bob drop into its mouth, where it like crunches and like his limbs fall out. It coils its spear back underneath it and then goes down and starts speeding towards you guys, hearing all the men clanging their weapons together.
Can I put up a wind wall?
Sure. You draw your short sword, and this like wind wall appears ahead of you.
Can I also shout now to Freya?
Can I butt in with that one action point that I'd saved for this
Yeah,
loop?
sure.
Can I get rid of the mist because it's not going to do us any help? It's all where we
Yeah,
are.
sure. The mist clears. So Lulan, all you can see is like your blood clone still attached to this like snake as they holding on for dear life under its scales. It's
Right.
speeding up. It's so fast towards the ballista. The Wimbles ahead of it. You shout now to Freya.
Yeah, and what's? I'm letting it go. Sorry, we weren't clear on that.
Has it been melded on?
Lawrence up.
Yeah. No, I am
Rhino puts up a
listening.
wind wall.
Yeah.
What works really well with a wind wall?
Ultra.
Fire.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I was like, am I firing it then?
Yeah, just
Fire.
fire anything. Put the wind wall
Oh,
flame.
fire it. Yeah.
I
Okay.
just want the
use
wind wall
fire.
flame.
So fireball.
Yeah, fireball.
So a giant. So as Freya throws the fireball, it grows in like 3 times its size and just fires like a cannon bolt out, slamming into the. Wait, actually. Slamming into the serpent's face, engulfing it in flames. You notice it's like the black inky blood just starts burning as well.
Nice.
Like this acidy blood all over it. The 3 blood clones melt instantly due to the heat. Actually, I'll allow 1 to fall off, so you've still got 1 blood clone.
Thanks.
But the 2 like burst into blood. But this snake is now covered in blue flame as it's heading towards you.
Okay. Can I use my? How many goes until my turn? It's like 2, isn't it?
No, it's your turn now.
All right. Okay. 1, can I taunt the creature?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Well, how are you going to do it? You don't have like a taunt ability. Only Voltrum does. So. So
Can I
that's-
shout
Is-
a
is it
Voltrum to join
heading-
me and then taunt it?
Is it heading straight towards him anyway?
Yeah.
Armor ability.
So there's no need to taunt. You don't need to waste an action because it's fucking heading towards you at 100
swear
miles
it got-
per hour.
I swear it went like that because of the wind wall.
I think it got
Probably,
blasted in the face, and I don't know what's happened to
Yeah,
its
it
in.
hasn't got to the wind wall. It's still on its way. It's,
Okay, so the wind wall is right in front of, like, just in front of the blister.
Yeah, and in front of you.
I wanna just hold on, put my like head down, like proper like focus in on the aim.
Yeah.
I wanna just focus as if like it's about to strike on me. I'm just gonna hold it and just be ready.
May I ask, is the thing that Freya's smelding onto it, like, is that happened?
That's
Yeah,
that.
that's
That's
done.
done.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done. Sweet. All right.
And can we all?
Right, so I'm gonna shout at everybody behind him. I'm like, brace,
Okay.
and then I'm
I'm
gonna
very confused.
hold.
What? Okay.
Where are you
So-
aiming?
I'm
It's-
aiming as
it's
if it's
speeding
gonna
up.
be like right by the wind wall in front of me to attack.
It's speeding up, covered in blue flame. It launches itself into the air, coils around, and just goes straight underground.
Shit. That was a great anticlimactic moment with the music. I like it.
Well, that was a really good one, wasn't it?
The ground's now shaking.
Move the thing. I'm gonna. It's not
Underneath
even my
your-
turn, but can I just
All
try
the
and move the
horses just
thing?
Scatter
Can I try and
as
move
fast as they
the
can.
bolt pushing thing? Right.
the ballista. in
Can
the
I
car.
just, even though it's not my turn,
Yeah.
can I just start moving it away from
Voltrum
where it
will help.
was?
Voltrum and Dravik with all their might. and
I've got a strength
start
of,
pushing the
of
car.
10.
But out of nowhere, in the corner of their eye, the horses have scattered. There's nothing. They're pulling the rope where the horses were, and suddenly the weight seems lighter and easier. And then they look in front, and there is Bleaty with all the horses' reins in his mouth, just pulling this car as hard as he can.
Fucking
That's
MVP.
beautiful. That is beautiful.
Such an
All the
MVP.
guards start trying to help and move it as well, as the snake is underground somewhere.
It's definitely going to pop up where we left it, so we just need to move it away.
Yeah, so
Can
we move
can
it
we
enough
move it
that-
and spin it to where it just was?
Well, no, because we're just moving it back, aren't we?
We need to. It's going to pop up right where it was.
Yeah.
So we need to move it and spin it to where the thing's going to pop up. That's what I
Push
think.
it. Push it directly away.
back,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just push it directly backwards or something.
Okay. Okay. So it's still aiming where we think it might pop up, right?
Yeah.
And can I
So-
jump to the ground and do a sensing? Do I have any
So
indication
you know,
of where
you
it might
know
be?
it's going to pop up where you just were.
Yes. Good guess. Okay. It's not even my turn, but I seem to just be fucking going for it.
Slamming through the ground, the wind wall directly behind it now. it between you and that, it like appears like a beaching whale, and like piles to where it thought you were, coiling rapidly, only to realize you aren't there. It turns screeching in fury. Everyone's like, loses 1 action point.
Oh.
It sprays acid towards you.
Fire! Oh, is there a wind wall protecting us?
No, the wind wall's behind
The
it.
other side.
Oh fuck! No.
Yeah.
How
The
are we allowed
acid
to react?
sprays across. Simi, who's just got his sword out.
We
Lenny
all
and Carl-
smoked. We all smoked the
Poison.
anti-poison.
Yeah, not the acid. The acid just
True.
encases Simi, and he's gone within like seconds. No skeleton remains. Nothing. Actually, no. Only the skeleton remains.
Only the
sorry.
skeleton. It's
A
an acid
polished-
pool.
Yeah, a polished skeleton remains, killing Simi, Lenny, and Bob's dead. Sorry, killing Simi and Lenny straight away. It stares. Its purple eye goes.
Can I wink
and
at
begins
it?
to stretch open. Huh?
As it stares, like, down the sight of the thing, can I just go wink?
Yeah, sure. Freya, Freya or Lulan, it's your turn.
It's Luna's turn.
Lulan.
Okay, where is the one blood clone and me again?
Blood clone is between you and the cart, and it's closer to the cart. You're the one who's furthest away. You've still got all your actions though, because you didn't hear it screech. Your blood clone only has 2 actions.
Does it have the same less action points as me because of the abilities we used?
Yes. So it can only use blood arrow and blood whip.
No,
Yeah.
it can't.
I swear it can use blood whip.
Yeah, it can use those, but we just use them.
Yeah, no, I meant that's its ability, and then triple strike anyway. But yeah, it's still on cooldown.
No, it can't use. Wait. Okay, it can. Okay, can I use? Well, assuming enough dead people. There's enough dead people now, right?
No, but there's enough of your blood clones that splattered.
Okay. Well, we're
Remember
gonna
that
use.
that blood is now mixed in with burning oil.
That's great. I'm going to shove its head towards the ceiling. With me, I'm going to blood tsunami its head. It's that area towards
Yeah.
the ceiling.
So
Using. Yeah.
So everyone just looks through their right and just sees this like tidal wave of like acid and flame, with like Lulan surfing on it, back towards picking up the blood clone as she does towards the snake. And what you want to knock the snake up.
Yeah, and then the other blood, the one left, to use blood arrow to go through that way.
It's blood arrow still on cooldown. Remember?
Oh, okay. Then blood whip to use its lower half jaw to yank down.
Blood whip is also on cooldown. So they literally just used it.
Well, that's literally that's triple strike technically. Okay. Okay, triple strike the weak point that what's his face delivered. Someone delivered it. It's I can't remember his face.
Or Simi.
Yeah, it was Simi. No, it wasn't. It was someone else. But
No, it was Simi's spear tip.
Ah.
So you can't hit that because
Yeah.
the snake's coiled around it, but your blood wavels knock the snake back off itself. So it kind of like this giant tidal wave of burning acid slaps into it. It's not affected by its own acid at all. The pressure of the blood's too weak for it, but it's the fire that scares it, and it like rocks backwards in fear, swinging its sort of like it's a halberd, just parting the water, and like it burns again. Screeching, it rolls back, and your blood clone delivers a triple strike to it. Your blood clone dies, but it manages to jab its dagger into the weak point as it dies, making more of this acidy blood.
Great.
Freya.
Can I do a perception text now that I've like obviously put that thing on fire?
Yep. So it was been on fire for a little while now.
Yeah, I know, but like this was in so much happening. Like I don't know where I am. I've just put that on
So
fire.
you're still standing at the front of the ballista that
Yeah, that's what I mean.
the guards Dravik and Voltron pushed. You still got the silver tipped head on the ballista bolt. The snake is in front of you, like 6 feet away from you guys. Lulan managed to knock it back, so it's now about like 12 feet away from you guys, and it's back on fire.
Okay, how close is it to me?
If it's 12 feet away
12
from
feet.
us, guys, then it's the other side of the wind wall.
No, because I'm thinking you were pushed further back than that. It's a big snake. Then.
Half of it's the other side of the wind.
So would my
Yeah, it's
fire?
back. It's back. It's fine. It's coiled forwards, facing you, but its tail is.
So would my fireball reach it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I aim it at that?
Your fireball is on cooldown. You just used it last
Okay,
time.
can I use my little ones then?
Yeah.
At like the fleshy bit, you know, the eye that I aimed for before, like the human eye.
Yep.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, with that many high
Just do it. Just
I'm
do
not
it.
doing it. Oh my god.
This is
Why
the
did we play this?
time.
Do it.
This isn't
We
the time.
have to defeat this basilisk.
Do it.
So-
do
And
it.
plus, like,
do it.
Tommy's to go soon, so let's crack on.
Technically, he was meant to go a while ago.
Yeah, I know, but
So 5 fireballs flash out from your hand, like just slamming into it repeatedly, like little bullets. Some just seem to like raise its scales, just darkening them more. Some seem to like engulf it. But what you do know is one of them, luckily, as that purple eye was opening to stun you all, hits it straight in its eye and it screams again in agony. It's like slapping the floor in pain as it does so. Grabbing its spear, it just goes and throws it towards the ballista where you are.
So Vulture wants to try and intercept.
Voltron being far too small.
Can I push him?
Oh, okay.
Toss me. Toss me. No.
I cannot
That's
think
your strength?
you'll have to toss me.
My strength is 10. I see he's mid-jump and I just...
You hear this horrible, gut-wrenching, wet noise as Voltron just gets intercepted into this, and you see it pierce the other side of his chest plate, and he's thrown straight into the ballista, knocking Phil, Lil, and Ryder off of it and off the back. Freya, you managed to duck. Voltron's lying.
Technically, if you threw me off the back, then that would have triggered my trap,
Okay, what
which
happens in
would
the trap?
fire the ballista bolt.
So as you fall back, the ballista bolt's fired. The ballista bolt, the silver tip thing, flies through the air as Voltron's lying on his back, impaled. His chest piece caved inwards and outwards through the back. This ballista bolt soars through the air, silver tipped, and slams straight into the soft underside of the basilisk. It kind of looks down and stops for a second as this spear comes out, protruding back into like a metal bolt. The shape of the spear tip isn't the most aerodynamic and is used for a spear, and so it looks down and it you see it kind of crumbly a little bit, scales fall off around it, and it just wrenches it free and throws it aside as it tinkers on the floor.
But
So
we
much
saw
for
the-
an amazing fucking silver bolt.
But we saw the scale, that all the scales move off as it tried
Around,
to.
because only the way I described it earlier was this.
But the Hail Mary was supposed to save the day. We sacrificed a dwarf for this.
So you that much went in basically. The first tip.
At
Not
least
the whole
it
spear.
hit it, I guess. I was expecting it to completely miss.
I mean,
And
it was
we'll leave it
aimed
there for
at the
tonight.
whole time, but yeah. Yeah, okay.
Well, that's an upsetting ending right there.
Yay.
We'll leave it there for tonight,
Had
guys.
to miss.
Of course.
You didn't miss. You struck it straight in the chest.
Yeah.
It got hit. It like. You know, I'll leave it so that it's still sticking out of him. So he didn't
I feel
he
like
didn't
you
pull
should do a
out.
roll, considering the whole time I have said that I
You
have
must
been
have done a
aiming
roll.
down the sights.
You hit it. You hit it. I'm saying you hit it.
Aiming down the sights at
But
like
you didn't. I
either
guess
the face or
You
the
don't.
body.
You don't get to aim if you
you
get
fell
knocked
off,
over.
didn't you?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
activated
but
the trap, bro.
I've been aiming.
Yeah, but it's moved
and
like
then
6 or
get-
7 times since then. It launched itself all the way back, threw it forwards, and then moved. Doing so, you hit it.
Oh, no. It's fine.
What the fuck is Rhythm saying?
Well,
Rhythm's fucked.
I think Rhythm got banned as well.
Yeah, Rhythm and Groovy both got banned.
Well, let's watch the Goodness Forever then.
Mm.
I think there is a YouTube Discord app that does work, but
That would get banned.
it's just fueling the problem, isn't it?
Mm.
No, because I think it plays ads, which is
Yeah, what they want is
what they need. Yeah.
giving some power to the man.
Thank you for that game, Alex. I'm very unhappy that Bob died because I did everything I could to save him. I'm unhappy that Lenny.
Bob ran away. Like you.
I gave a specific mist to save the
Oh,
man,
I
and he
thought it was
ran
to save
straight.
Luna.
It was to save everyone. They're all in the team.
Yeah.
Lob is alive, barely. I assume the water bubble's worn off now, so he's just. But that technically healed him a bit per turn
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
read the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Felix
very
is just
injured.
frozen solid at the entrance, just watching this all happen.
He is, yeah.
Grunt's got his arm off somewhere between the cave entrance and here.
Yeah.
Lenny and Carmine are dead, aren't they?
I think Carmine lived. You didn't say
Simi's
Carmine.
dead.
Simi's dead. I think Carmine's still alive. I've
I
got-
still got an action.
Well, no, you're falling off, weren't you?
Yeah, but technically I still have an action.
We got to have like an actual initiative order written down. I think, next
Well, we
time.
have
we'll-
kind of got an initiative order now. haven't we?
We'll do it. I was trying to do the whole like free action thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would have started doing stuff way more.
Well, that's what I was trying to do like a high. I'm trying to think of a way for like vocal boss battles instead of just the board game ones all the time. So
I feel like maybe, hear me out. I love the fact that we have a level up of three things per turn, but I feel like that slows it down a bit. Maybe we should go back to
action points.
Yeah, maybe like 2 action points was a nice sweet spot of keeping it rolling real quick.
Like 2 action points and a reaction makes sense, right?
All the NPCs have 2 actions. That's why I wanted to space you guys out to be different.
Yeah, but we're fucking OP. That's
Well, I
the
mean,
problem.
Says the dead man.
But I feel like sometimes with the 3
It's
action
not- I'm
point,
not-
we slow
not
it
dead.
down.
Not
If
yet.
that makes sense.
It's not yet. It's very
It's yet.
badly hurt.
Yeah, I have a think.
I'm not trying to nerf it, but I just feel like when you get
Yeah.
two things per turn, your thing ends quicker, and then it goes to the next person,
maybe,
and it's
maybe,
like,
yeah. Maybe. I mean, you guys will still find a way of dragging it out.
I mean,
100%.
in that last fight, I was waiting for my turn. It felt
Yeah.
like for ages, and if it had been one where we could have jumped in, we
Yeah.
never would have got to where we did get.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was trying to be strict and play it in order,
slow was
and
up.
because I then got like petrified for a couple of turns,
Yeah.
that my place in the order shifted because I would have gone after Reiner,
Yeah.
and then that would have been well before the thing threw its spear. So it was kind of just playing it as you were calling it, Alex, because you are in charge and you're keeping a track on things better than we are.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to
Guys-
grab that
Like,
thing's
if
freaking
we'd
man.
done a strict initiative order, we would have had a
Yeah.
completely different combat to if we'd done that quite free flowing
Yeah.
one at
We'll
times.
stick-
So
we'll
Yeah,
stick-
cool.
we'll stick to-
Lauren, bye bye, darling.
Oh
Bye,
yeah,
Lauren.
sorry guys, it's
Oh,
like
bye,
20
Ross.
past 11, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let the boomer go to bed.
Yeah,
Um,
sorry guys. Right,
yeah,
night.
No.
Right. Yeah, we'll do initiative order then for this fight.
Or at least
I'll
like
just-
say that we're doing freestyle, because I didn't know that we were doing
Yeah.
freestyle.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
Nice to know if we were.
What we'll
doing
do
a
is
certain
initiative
thing.
order, but I'll put. I guess the way of doing initiative, but making it better for bosses, is to put the boss multiple times in the initiative.
Yeah, that's how you would do it in Dungeons and Dragons. They get legendary actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
that does semi annoy me sometimes when like the boss goes, then you attack it, and the boss goes again. You're a bit like,
Well, the
boss
boss
is
definitely
when?
gets counter. The boss gets counter actions.
Yeah.
sometimes
I mean-
it's number too many, but yeah, but yeah.
I'll
No.
have it. Yeah, so I'll have it initiative, but I'll have the boss go multiple times in a turn. Because the last fight, he hardly went, and none of you took any damage really, except Freya. And you all said, "Oh, I took no damage," so I was like, "Well, that's never going to happen again."
Yeah, you could do it like it basically, rather than it getting counteractions, like you say, there's just, it gets 3 separate goes. Like it goes like Freya, Voltron, boss, Dravik, Lulan, boss.
Yeah, because it's
Something
true.
like that.
We barely get counteractions.
You
If
get
we
dodges.
do, normally on our turn. Like the only one that gets counteractions is, well, Angel.
That should be. It should just be bosses, really, because.
But counteractions every single time someone attacks you is a bit OP.
Yeah, that's
Well, it's
like
not
that,
every
yeah.
time.
No, but it's.
You also get dodges, Max. You've used dodge multiple times.
Yeah, but dodge isn't
A counteraction.
Yeah,
It
you know what I
is
mean.
absolutely a counteraction.
Like
yeah,
the
but
way.
it's not a counter attack is what I mean by that.
The way I genuinely.
Counterattack.
I'm going to pull a lot of my inspiration from D&D, but in there, each player character will have an action, a bonus action, and then a reaction for their entire turn, and that will recycle every time you go through initiative.
Yeah.
But your legendary bosses can have like 5 legendary actions which they can use, and depending on the ability they try and use, one might use up 2 of those actions if it's particularly powerful. So Alex doesn't have to use it in specific places. He can say, "Oh, none of you have done anything. I don't need to use a legendary action at this point. I'm going to save it till someone else does something." And it kind of gives Alex a point where he can limit himself so it's not OP, but he can also then choose his times to then counter us when we start doing stuff that are going to fuck with him, because we're pretty good at coming up with plans. Apart from this one, doesn't seem to have worked.
That has backfired completely.
Yeah.
I really wanted to just grab its freaking mouth, open it, and shoot it in the thing.
That's what I was going to
You
do.
still can do. It's close enough.
Voltron can't anymore.
Yeah, but the ballistic.
How much
I'd
damage
actually
did you take?
Yeah, I don't know.
I originally had planned that you wouldn't have dropped that shield, Voltron, at the start of the combat. Because I saw in my mind, I was like, they're going to have to slow the snake down to hit it because it's so fast and they've only got a limited amount of ammo. And so I was like, I pictured in my head like Scribble's bone hands, Dravik's like aqua arm, Lulan's clones and blood whips, like all of them doing like a tug of war, including Bleety biting the tip of the tail, and then just Voltron at the front holding the shield like on its snout, just using it to block all the acids and the eyes, just pushing it away.
You gave me a cool weapon at the start.
Yeah, I don't need this anymore. Throws its life-saving shield aside.
But it was like, as it happened, I was just like, you've given him this thing that, and in my mind it was kind of like Odin style, where there's just an eye that moves and that's all you really see. And at that moment, he, like, given the flashback, he was using 2 single-handed weapons. There was no shield. Yeah. So why would he then suddenly use a shield? Because in my mind, he would have been probably overtaken by the memory of what was going on, given the stuff we've talked about in the past. So I felt it was best in character. Clearly, it was obviously a stupid decision because the acid is going to be so fucking annoying, and I'm there like, I fucking wish I had the shield. But I said I did it because it's what I think Voltron would have done at the time, and I'm more than happy to stick with it as long as I don't die just outright from the spear. But yeah, we need to chat anyway.
Yeah, you know, in hindsight, sacrificing you is sort of a bit awkward.
Yeah, Dravik was like, "Yep, I'm in on this."
At the moment, it felt like that spear, the silver tip spear, was like what we needed to win. So if it was,
was it a silver tip spear or a ballista bolt? Because I'm very confused.
I thought it was a silver tipped ballista bolt. I thought that's what the whole thing was.
It's the head. It's a spearhead.
Yeah, they forged the same spearhead, but in silver that the beast is using on either side of his spear. So
it's a spearhead, not a ballista bolt tip.
Yeah, it's fanned and winged and all, but it's all ornate and looks a bit odd. But it's a specific mold they found, which is the exact same molded spear tip that the guy's using, except his is silver and they're using. His is steel, and they forged it in silver in the silver mine.
Well,
but it's not aerodynamic as a sharp, straight bolt, and so it dug in, but it wasn't hammered in.
So did we kind of nerf our own bowl?
I think
No.
in future, stuff like that should be explained a little bit more.
No, I explained it when they forged it.
Yeah,
It's not up to me to repeat.
But like
over and over
when
again.
I see that, I can see that it's a very weird shape and it wouldn't suit too well to a ballista.
I don't
But
think
I
you
don't
ever
know
would
that.
have. You would have been at the back of the ballista, Max.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but I
you
would
had
have seen the
Freya
bolt
doing
when it
stuff
got
at the front.
No,
chucked
because you
over.
can't see it, man.
You might not have. If you didn't make a specific check to
Judging
look
by
at
your
it.
rules alone, Max, the front of it's hanging out the end, and so you didn't get the chance to see it. They loaded in a regular one. Freya climbed
Well,
over it.
it looked like the dwarfs were making it to kill the thing, right? That's how I took it, but I guess not. I don't know.
I mean, it was forging.
It's hid
the
it.
spear.
Wait, how many bolts do we have there?
I think you're
We've only used
6. No, you shot one and you shot one and it pinged off. You
No.
shot one and it.
Yeah, that's true. We used 3.
Yeah.
So you got
Yeah.
two more.
You
I
got
agree.
6 or 7.
We got 6 or 7. That's still enough. That's still enough.
Yeah, and I'll leave it so the spear tip's still in there. The entire bolt is still in there.
Oh, do we have 6 or 7? That's probably better to know.
7.
Great. Okay. Nice. Thanks, Sally. Thanks for being a goodie. All right. I guess I better go. But that was a good game. Stressful. It went poorly.
It went very badly. My plan the whole time, waiting for it, never worked. That's fine, Alex. Thank you very much.
Also, I wanted to say this to all of you because I sent it to Adam on the download. Just remember, this isn't technically Dravek's quest to get this, but you guys specifically want Basilisk Venom. No, you don't.
Yeah, so the fang, I explained this to Lauren, the fang produces the venom, so you can take one of its teeth, the big teeth out.
I'm just saying, if we have to like fucking cut our losses and just run, technically from an angel point of view, who isn't here and can't give you any of this perspective, you could just get the venom and leave. Dravek wants it dead, so I'm gonna fight it to the death.
There was almost a DLC quest where, in my mind, because I was like, they're gonna forget what they're after, and they're just like, we killed the snake and move on. And it's going to be another Grimoire situation where it's like, well, fucking hell. So I was like, they're going to have to chase Dravik down and be like, wait, we need something.
No, Lulin's very much on what we need and what we don't, and trying to guess shit.
Maybe we could get bitten by it and then extract the venom from whoever it gets bitten. I don't know. But yeah, that went very poorly. I can't believe so many people are dead. Poor old.
Dying.
Poor old. Well, wait, come on.
Dying.
Poor old Lenny.
Different to dead.
Yeah, you're definitely on death's door. Do we get a damage for him or we don't?
Oh, I've got a damage, yeah.
He's been sent it.
You'll see it next turn unless he chairs it. You'll see it next turn.
Well,
So we're going to leave it. The snake's coiled back. The impact shocked waved it. It's still got the bolt hanging out of it. The silver, and this is the last time I repeat this. So the silver made some of the scales like kind of crackle and disintegrate away from it where it had been impaled.
in a painful way or like what?
Well, I mean, the impact alone and the fact that about like 6 inches of silver went into its chest. He's not too happy about it, no.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
what did it do?
It went,
that bleedy helping move it so they didn't destroy was a great moment.
yeah, MVP. Baby.
The strongest member of the party. I'm glad
That's
I called
true.
that because I suddenly went into free play. Then I just broke out of initiative to move that fucking thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That was needed because it was just gonna smash through the ballista and kill like Phil, Lil, and just
Did
send...
Voltrim stop it killing the ballista?
You saved Phil.
Yeah, that is the point. Is the ballista still workable? Or is it completely fucked?
I think it just
I
got
didn't even need to do it. Fuck's sake.
No, because it looked like it was going to destroy the ballista, like go straight through it, and I thought
I thought it was going to hit the ballista.
Same.
Yeah,
That's
he threw it, but his eye had just taken a higher yar, so he was half blinded. So he threw it like that, and as he threw it, his aim was slightly off. So you were just gonna have this slow-mo moment of Phil being like looking at Lil, and then just going, just getting taken out by this fucking giant spear.
It was a fair trade, you know. Legendary Voltrum may be horribly on death's door, but Phil, much to Lil's delight, is
The
is
bakery boys are back at it.
fine. We're not having a Fred and George situation today, boys.
We invented flapjacks with them right there.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
It's now
Yeah.
canon.
yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call it.
Anyway, yeah, I
When,
need to
when
go
are we
as
next
well.
playing?
Next Wednesday.
Next
Yeah.
Wednesday. Okay.
Voltrum, I'm gonna quickly drag into private.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys in a bit.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for playing, Bleedy. Thanks for helping us move that thing.
Anytime.
I gotta go. I'll see you later, mate.
Same. Bye.
Bye, and bye, Katie, watching. You have a fan, by the way, before I go.
Who does?
We've got a new NPC in chat. Katie, I believe, is your name. And it's going to be... She's going to be the head of the official Bleedy fan club.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell Alex and we get that NPC in there. The one
Bleedy's
person who
best.
knows Bleedy's power. But no one will believe her. Alright,
It's okay. Bleety knows.
Bleedy knows. I'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.